So Nintendo did it again, man. Shadow dropping a trailer for a Switch game. First it was Paper Mario, uh, and now Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which if you've been looking around, it's been a rumor from lots of different people for a long, long time. Um, but also, like, apparently there's an update that Pikmin 4 is like still being worked on coming out. I mean, because that game, it's just, I don't know. I almost thought maybe at a certain point they either gave up or gave it to someone else to develop, but apparently it's still coming. Miyamoto says it's still coming, so alright, man. That sounds good. But let's go ahead and watch the trailer. Man, they keep doing this to us. Instead of directs, they're just dropping stuff, and it's rough to kind of catch right when it happens when they do it this way, but it's just nice to hear something from them. Because June and with no E3 and stuff, it just didn't feel the same without like Nintendo's presence. But slowly but surely, they'll announce stuff. They're gonna bring it to us. It just seems like they're presenting it in a much different way. Obviously, understandable with what's going on with COVID. Um, let's go ahead and check out this trailer, man. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Oh, Alf, Brittany, Captain Charlie, here we go. There they are. Now I wonder what is different about this, though. Oh, there's already a website. There's already a website for it. Oh man, here we go. I wonder visually if it'll look a little bit different. Wonder if it's been touched up. Oh man, it's the boss fights. Did the little Pikmin goes? No, I worked so friggin' hard to get all those Pikmin, and now that's how it is. Lots of deaths. October 30th. Really? October 30th. Okay. Alright. Okay. Run it back again. Alright. So I'm seeing some info here, actually. What is different about this one? What is different about this one? Okay, we got, Pikmin 3 Deluxe delivers a full suite of additions and enhancements, including the ability to play the whole story mode and co-op with a friend, new side story missions which can be played in co-op, and all mission mode DLC stages from the original game's release. With the new difficulty options, lock-on targeting, optional hints, and the choice to play at a more relaxed pace, it is easier than ever to join in the Pikmin fun. Enjoy the game's beautiful scenery and get a taste of what this vibrant world has to offer. Fun features from the original game also return. Pikmin 3, such as in-game camera, allows players to snap photos of the game's lush environments and curious creatures from a pint-sized perspective. With the number of Pikmin to befriend and command, blah blah blah. Just a description of the Pikmin. PNF 404. Oh yeah, that's the planet. Oh, if you have a Switch Lite, you need to play with detached Joy-Con, so motion control stuff, probably. Huh. Interesting. So yeah, there is gonna be stuff changed. Good. Now, this game was originally on the Wii U, which, as we all know, you know, didn't really sell even close to their expectations. So there's probably a lot of people that didn't play this one. Now, if you were like a hardcore Pikmin fan, you probably got a Wii U so that you could pick up this game. But what this is gonna do is, like, it just makes sense of this stuff to port stuff from the Wii U. Now, there's not as many games left to port from the Wii U, but it makes sense because the install base of the Switch is huge. It grows faster and faster every day. They can't keep them in stock right now, specifically because of what's going on in the world. It just makes sense to port these things. And again, it seems like it is a port with addition, with other stuff in it, which is good. So there'll be something there for people that want to play some more Pikmin, get back into Pikmin. Sounds like Pikmin 4 is still coming, which is surprising. It was many, many years ago that, I mean, the Wii U was still around when Miyamoto talked about Pikmin 4. So I guess if you're a Pikmin fan, you should just be hype. I mean, you really should be, because not only can you get to play this on your Switch, which means you can play it portably too, of course, with new stuff added, but Pikmin 4 is back. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people started to give up the idea of that, because it got to the point where people always quote Miyamoto about, like, talking about, like, a delayed game is, you know, a good game. If you put the game out too early, it's not. But you know, it got to the point where that was a meme in its own right, because the game just completely disappeared. Got the basically. I mean, the thing that's crazy about it is that you heard that it was basically, like, far in development is what we heard when he talked about it, and then many years passed and there was nothing from it. So I think this might relieve people a little bit that it still is something that's incoming. But, you know, with Nintendo, it's like there are many games in their series where they have so many IP that they don't get to stuff for a long time. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff. I mean, like, you know, there's still people out there that have hope that maybe F-Zero will come back someday, but who's to say if it ever would? You don't know. And then when it comes back, if it would even be the same, you don't know, right? Kid Icarus is one that, like, you know, many years without anything from that, and then when Sakurai had a break between Smash Brothers, his team took it on. But, you know, who's to say if that's something that we ever see again? But I don't know. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it makes too much sense not to port games from the Wii U to the Switch, because it introduces it to a hell of a lot more people. It absolutely does. The install base is just huge comparatively, and it, you know, you'd be, you know, you're remiss not to try and do it at this point, which I'm all for it, especially when if it gives your developers more time to make new games. Throw some ports out there in the meantime, because right now, at least for the rest of the year's schedule, we don't really know. We don't really have solid dates on a lot of stuff. You know, so who knows for the rest of the year. But I will say that, yeah, it gotta be, you know, again, I don't know if I don't think I enjoy the Shadow Drop trailers as much. You know, it's some people sit through whole directs and they only find one or two things that they really like. I just like the event of, like, I just like the idea of having an event to look forward to a lot of times, and they mix them up throughout the year. But we know we're at least going to be getting more of those third party, second party developer directs eventually soon. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Are you excited for the Pikmin 3 Deluxe? Are you excited to hear the Pikmin 4 is still coming? Yeah, Miyamoto hasn't given up on it. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's hard. Again, sorry that I didn't get this out there is right when it happened or anything, but sometimes when they shadow drop this stuff, man, it is hard to check it out. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy that there's anything at this point right now. I'm very patient though, so like I feel like this isn't affecting me as much. I've got a huge ass backlog. This is what I would say to everyone who like is super impatient about Nintendo Directs. Hey, I understand. Usually in June we'd have a huge blowout. Last year was insane. It was insane. Where they hit us twice with the like one more thing last year at the end of E3, with Banjo and Breath of the Wild 2. We'll get updates. It's gonna take some time. You guys gotta understand that with coronavirus, everything's crazy right now. It just is. So hey, you know, catch up on your backlog, man. I've got so much stuff in my backlog. Go for it. Catch up on games that you have right now. Hey, you have a, you know, you definitely have stuff to play. There's no way that you don't. I have such a huge backlog. Go for that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And yeah, have a good one. I know that I definitely will be jumping on this train because Pikmin is one of those games that like you could do different playthroughs of it, and it'll be nice to be able to just like take it on the go and try some different run-throughs of it and everything. So I'm excited. I like the series and everything. I'm excited. I'm excited that this means this is actually better for the future of Pikmin more than anything else. The idea of just getting some kind of update that Pikmin 4 exists. Like I said, Miyamoto did come out today and he said something about it, so who would have thought? We finally get an update in Shin Megami Tensei 5, finally get an update in Pikmin 4. It's crazy. You guys have a good one. See you next time. Bye.